Welcome to the EXO explanation. Let's use a bit of EXO magic to solve Tom's problem. I will be applying the news vendor model together with the before mentioned budget constraint to find the optimal order quantity for both genes, maximizing Tom's profit. On the left over here, you see the different given values, the per unit cost, the sales price, and the salvage value, which is the value that Tom would get by selling the genes after the season during sales. The first step in the news vendor model is to determine the expected demand. Those values are based on historical data and show what demand Tom has been facing for the H&N jeans in the past and with what probability. Having said that, I can now analyze the outcome of how many jeans Tom ordered and the actual demand by applying a bit of EXO. For that, we have to ask ourselves whether the alternative order quantity is lower than the actual demand, which basically would mean that we would face a stock out. And when we do that, we calculate the sales price minus per unit cost times the order quantity to get the profit. However, if the order quantity is bigger than the demand, we have an overstock. And then we have to calculate the demand times the sales price minus order quantity times unit cost plus the overstock times the salvage value. Once we have done that, we just drag it to the right and apply everything within the whole table. However, we're not done yet since we have different probabilities for each of the demands. So therefore, we have to calculate the average profit for each order quantity by taking the sum product of the order quantity and demands and the probability. To make it more visually appealing, we use conditional formatting, and we can immediately see that the highest average profit is achieved if Tom orders 700 units. Now we can even illustrate it with a graph, which will be important also later on. Having calculated the average profit per order quantity, we can now apply the exact same method for the deluxe jeans. However, we will not go into detail here as we apply the same method as for the H&N jeans, and we can directly continue to optimize the profit now with the budget constraint. The news vendor model shows that the highest average profit is achieved for the H&N jeans with an ordered quantity of 700. And the highest profit with the deluxe jeans is reached if Tom orders 120 of those jeans. Adding both up, Tom would achieve a gross profit of 8,817 francs. However, until now, we have not taken into account the budget constraint because the capital he would invest to achieve the optimal gross profit is well above his budget. The invested capital is calculated by multiplying the per unit cost with the ordered quantity. Therefore, we need the graphs to get the slope and optimize the ordered quantity with a budget constraint. We do that by doing a double click on the graph and choosing polynomial, and then the trend line will appear. And to get the equation, we click on display equation on chart. This information will be put in the formula down here. And as we see, the total profit by calculating it with the formulas is similar to the optimal gross profit from before. However, there will be some differences as we're using the trend line and not the actual line. And we can use this information now to solve the problem by using the EXO solver. To do that, we go to data, solver, and we set the objective, the profit we want to, the amount we want to maximize, which will obviously be the profit, and maximize. Then, which cells we want to be changing is obvious. It's the alternative ordered quantity. And finally, we set the constraint, which is the 32,500. And we want to have the use capital below that amount or equal. So we optimize it. OK. and click solve. And we have the optimized quantities he should order. However, his suppliers do not offer the 505 or 69, so we have to go for the nearest values, which is in the case of the H&N jeans 500 and for the deluxe jeans 60. And we see that he's still below his invested capital, so the optimized quantity to achieve the highest profit for Tom is 500 for the H&N and 60 for the deluxe jeans. To sum up, we started off by applying the news vendor model and finished by optimizing it, taking into account Tom's budget constraint.